John Gilbert Getty, heir to the oil magnate billions, found dead in Texas hotel room. Grandson of oil magnate J. Paul Getty and an heir to his multi-billion-dollar fortune has died. Mr. Getty, 52, was found unresponsive in a hotel room in San Antonio, Texas.
Nations, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and international human rights law. Article 2. Indigenous peoples and individuals are free and equal to all other peoples and individuals and have the right to be free from any kind of discrimination in the exercise of their rights, in particular that based on their indigenous origin or identity. Article 3. Indigenous peoples have the right to self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. Article 4. Indigenous peoples, in exercising their right to self-determination, have the right to autonomy or self-government in matters relating to their internal and local affairs, as well as ways and means for financing their autonomous functions. Article 4.
Much is going on, and it's crazy. From last week that we talked to now, almost everything we said, everything almost we said has come to pass.
Everything.
You know, it really keeps me going.
And I'm still getting asked when things are going to start happening.
No, I know, because nobody's looking at the big picture.
No.
You know, a lot of people are looking at where are the arrests? Where are the arrests? We'll know when we know. I did see, though, that Joe Biden now is wearing a boot.
Yeah.
So that's good news.
Great news.
Yes. And Trump wished him a speedy recovery.
Yes. And I also got through the intel this morning of the, what was her name? The CIA director, Gina Haspel.
Haspel, yes.
Haspel.
She was involved. She was picked up in Germany, right?
She was arrested and she was injured in the shootout.
Right. Yeah. Remember last week I said they didn't just walk in there.
No.
That was not what happened. And then apparently the deaths that we've heard about, the one CIA director they said was in Somalia,
yeah,
and the 5 Army in Egypt. Well, you know, it looks like that might be connected too.
Yeah, I haven't worked out the number yet because I've heard 3 different sources. One said 3, one said 5, the other said 7.
Right,
so
right. And what's crazy is it's our own CIA fighting against our own military. Even crazier is that they were working with basically the SS, their counterpart in Germany.
Yeah.
Yet proving once again that it's the same people as it's always been. And you know, that our CIA. Yeah, go ahead.
It now provides clarity as to why Trump referred to it as the Nazi states of Europe.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw, but the Rothchild bank in Paris was set on fire.
Correct. Yeah, that's been burnt to the ground. They're obviously trying to destroy the evidence.
Exactly. Well, they can't. Too late.
Too late. All the evidence is there. But it's very much, you know, it's like a car thief, isn't it, that steals a car. And they try and get rid of the evidence by burning it out. And this is what we'll see now with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Soroses, the Clintons, the Bushes and stuff like that. There'll be a lot of their places that will suddenly just have a fire. But a lot of the evidence has already been gathered anyway, well in advance.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that, or might not realize that Flynn didn't just get a pardon. Trump said that he was pardoned with innocence.
Yes.
So now he gets his security clearance back. And as we know, who knows where the bodies are buried. And they messed with the wrong general.
They did, and his first trip was to Holland, and he arrived. I had two or three confirmations of him flying in from America to Holland, and he's about to unveil some things that happened that a lot of people will be very, very pleased to hear. And I can give you a little bit of an insight that it's to do with planes that crashed randomly.
Oh,
ones that went missing.
Yes.
Ones that were shot down.
Right. Well, we know that they shot down the flight that was going to the Rothschilds. I think that's one of them. And and there are a few planes that have gone missing. And I'm excited to hear about that.
Well, in his own words, he knows where the bodies are. Exactly.
And like they said on the board, plane crashes, aren't what they seem.
Yep.
And then have you seen all the flights to and from Gitmo and other Air Force bases? Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
It's not exactly a holiday resort, is it?
They might think so until they get there. They're used to they're used to Castro's Cuba.
That's true. We live next door to Malaga, which is the third biggest airport in Spain, and Gitmo's busier than Malaga right now. Have you ever?
And the other thing I wanted to talk about a few things. Oh, big sign. If people think nothing's happening, was the ousting of the CFR operatives, Kissinger, Albright, and all those people from the Department of Defense. They were on some kind of council where they were kept on retainer, which means that we've been paying them all this time to keep going with their warmonger, fund both sides of every war, every color revolution. Well, they've been ousted. And Kissinger, to me, over my lifetime, he's just been involved in everything that has been leading towards the goal of the UN, one world order. He's been touting the new world order from the beginning. Yeah. So, that was a big purge. And I'm excited to see who they replace them with, because Chris Miller, apparently Trump wanted to get rid of everyone from the Council of Foreign Relations, obviously for good reason. And Esper wouldn't do it. And then now Chris Miller's actually been on the team the whole time. So, I think Esper was a placeholder maybe, but now it's being done finally. And those CFR people, they are the New World Order. I tell everyone, these are the people that are running the show, the PSYOP. They have a whole department at the CFR I didn't know about. It's been going on all this time, and it's called like the Psychological Strategic Group. It's a special group that basically operates and and is working towards the one world order goal, but they do psyops all over the world. This has been going on. So they work in tandem with the CIA against us. And, they've been sitting there this whole time. And it turns out, Obama was really their puppet. They picked Obama, the CFR. So, that's a very big shot across the bow to the cabal pulling out Kissinger.
Yeah.
He's always where the Rothschilds and Rockefellers are. Always. He's their boy.
It's interesting that there was 45 of them removed as well.
Yes, it was.
The number.
All of them are warmongers. They're all people that have done these obscene color revolutions that they're pulling on us right now. Yeah. And the more we look at it from the 20,000 feet, the more it's looking like the whole COVID psyop, all of this is all over the world. Our intelligence, our covert intelligence community and our governments all over the world turning against us. And the problem is there's way more of us.
Yeah.
Than them.
I think I've worked out what the Kraken is.
Ooh, what do you think?
I think he's going to get rid of the CIA, the FBI, and he has his own new one.
Right, I agree.
The name of the Kraken.
The Kraken.
I think that General Flynn will probably be the top man in the Kraken.
Yes, I've heard that myself. I heard that General Flynn is ready to go. I always believed that he was the keeper of the board But regardless, yes, and that's great news because he's a true patriot. These people, the other side attacking Ellen Wood and Rudy and Sydney and all these people have fought for 50 years against corruption. I mean, Rudy took down the mob. Ellen Wood, he was involved in that horrible when the FBI set up that guy Richard Jewell at the Olympics and a lot of other things. These people aren't doing it for money, for fame, they're doing it because they love America and they love the justice system. And you know what? The full goal is to get rid of our Constitution, cede our sovereignty of all countries in the world, and hand it over to this elite billionaire, monolith that is touting their Great Reset. I mean, those are the people. I think that guy, the World Economic Forum guy, I watched him, Klaus Schwab.
Yeah.
It's like straight up out of a World War II Nazi movie. I mean, he has no shame and no shame at all. These people, their arrogance, their complete and total arrogance is what's going to be their downfall in the end. I mean, I also heard that there are some very big people already at Gitmo and at other sites. They're using other places, including a base on Greenland, I think. But most of these people are already gone. But this World Economic Forum pushing what they're pushing, this guy's got to be taken down if he hasn't been already. I mean, they are sick. What else? Oh, I wanted to tell you also, since we talk about the money. So Mnuchin tells the Fed he wants his money back because, they're sitting on that money. They're not giving it to the people. America is going, literally, the real people in America, not Nancy Pelosi and her friends, are now at a point of suffering. The unemployment's almost done. No, like evictions. Half of Manhattan's gone. I mean, gone. Yeah. And sitting on $455 million. They're sitting on it for no reason other than to torture us. Yep. I mean, that they want to keep it. They want to keep us desperate, divided, weak, paranoid. I mean, it's such a psyop. It's so psychological torture to such an extreme. Mnuchin says to the Fed, I want the rest of the money that we're sitting on back. I want it back in the Treasury. The Fed says no, but then they turn around and say, okay, because they can't say no anymore. People have to realize Mnuchin's, and the real reason from what I'm seeing, he did it is because he doesn't trust the governors or the Congress to get it to the people. Because when you look at, and the new financial system won't even be shocked. They'll just be grateful. I mean, I will. I think most people, at least, most free people that have jobs and lives and families are going to have a big sigh of relief, when they realize, the Fed is done. The central bank is done. These people are done. We are not going to be debt slaves anymore. Flynn brought up in his thing, the Corporation of the United States of America, which a lot of people don't know about the Act of 1871 when Congress and our government turned on us and decided to go by their own constitution and ignore ours. Yep. So, so him mentioning that was to me, oh, thank God, because there's been a lot of rumors that that they ended the Corporation of the United States of America back in, I think, February. But now I'm starting to see that the little signs that that's happened. And that is huge. That's when the power goes back to the people. And, there's so much more.
All right, you guys, you're going to go to Noble L, the original channel. You'll see a lot of the stuff that they're talking about, Mel and Charlie. We had actually I'd done by the grace of God, some affidavits to have Kissinger removed and the Council on Foreign Relations shut down and a lot of those heads taken out for the very said treason and genocide on all of us globally. So if you go back to this channel, Noble L, you'll hear me give these public affidavits with a lot of the stuff they're reporting here. So a huge thank you to the powers that be. Donald Trump, you rock, man. Honest to God, you rock. I just want to say thank you. To support us here, you guys go to PayPal at themullings@gmail.com. For the GSA bonds and for the 1099 OID, you can write to us at themullings@gmail.com. I'd like to pray, Heavenly Father God, we pray. I want to put a hedge of protection around all that is good globally. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, the Army, the Navy, the military, the Marines, and all the good people globally who is helping us get free, basically, and all the ones that are not so good because they're losing their natural mind. Did you guys hear what Mel said? That a few things, or what Charlie Ward was saying, was that the CIA head was taken out when they were going in. I think it was a report they sent to us earlier today when they were retrieving those servers, which was a CIA operative, eh? CIA, you guys, turned against their own people in the Americas. So when they're going to take this stuff, I didn't even realize that it was actually like a whole situation that they had to go in. I thought they just walked right in, picked it up, and left. I didn't realize that it was actually something that they had to do in that way, you know? So, yeah. The Kraken was the nickname of the 305th Battalion Military Intelligence Corps, located at Fort Huachuca, Arizona, in southeast Arizona, that provided electronic warfare and signals intelligence signet. On Wednesday morning, the 4th of November, the Department of Defense 305th, and you guys know I wrote to Kissinger and the Department of Defense. I was so mad. I wrote to them, tell them to stop the corruption. Lord, Department of Defense 305th Battalion and NSA began recording real-time evidence from all 6 battleground states: Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, in Michigan, in a blockchain tech ledger that was unhackable and undeletable. The digital election vote switching fraud evidence would be used to prosecute all deep states involved in the election voter fraud. Biden, Obama, Pelosi, many others would be arrested for treason. So, you know what they did, right? They set them up from day one. They had to find out who these other entities were, these little lower ones, these lower nonchalant idiots at the bottom of this voting stuff, this election fraud stuff. This stuff had to go down because they had to find them. The CIA controlled fake stream media. Wow. This is like a movie, man. Honest to God. Don't you guys feel like you're watching a movie? Unfreaking believable. Attention, Office of International Criminal World Court, the Army, the Navy, the military, the Marines, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, the United States Federal Trade Commission Clearinghouse Department, and the Antitrust Department, the Universal Postal Union heads, the Fraud Department heads, Interpol heads, FBI heads, also Jay Clayton doing business as Securities and Exchange Commissioner, Joseph Otting doing business as the head for the Comptroller of Currency, Louis DeJoy doing business as head for the Postmaster General, and all that is good globally. I come to you in good faith in one's proper person. Here and for the record, I stand my ground as a living flesh and blood sentient being, Suri Juris Suri Eris, heir to the world's vast estate, Moabite Queen, Reubenite tribe chief, American Indian, allodial title Moorish American national, holding the highest diplomatic office AA 222141 and 449-59344 to set off all matters, set off all matters. All right, Rubus red rose, angel in Latin, asexual seed plant. I require, command, and order you now to go to the bank heads, because you just showed me something as I was reading one thing, you showed me something else, that these banks apparently make more money in a financial crisis. When there's a financial crisis, people, the banks are making money on top of money on top of money. Go now and round up all the profits they've generated from this hoax. Now, the billions that Mel is talking about and Stephen Mnuchin had retrieved back from the feds, Stephen Mnuchin should go now and put those funds into the people's account this night. Do it now, do it now, do it now, as delay is danger, right? See to it the children and the people have food and the senior citizens have food to eat, right? So you're going to put those in their accounts, give it, I don't know if you have to go door to door, do what you need to do, get the funds to the people immediately too, right? All the people globally will do what we continue to do here. As you see, we've done a lot, you guys. So, yeah, just go to get it out to the people now, put in their accounts this night, and see to it that while all this stuff is going down, right, the people are protected and they have the finances they need to implement the foods that they require immediately. Do that now, do it now. Donald Trump, do it now. Now, go back to our older videos, right? Send us all the videos on the CFR, the one about Kissinger, all the corruption that they're talking about that we had done affidavits to shut down. Send us those older affidavits now, so I can, yeah, so I can see what has already been put out there, right? And yeah, just see to it the people are protected now, and then deal with those bank heads responsible for this corruption as well, from the International Monetary Fund to the World Bank to all the heads that Mel and them just mentioned, right? Um, the profits that was generated from all of this corruption, send it back to the people en masse this night. Thank you in advance for your speedy response to that matter. By Noble Honorable Ange, El Ina D. Alfred, El Rubinite Tribe Chief, American Indian, Allodial Title Moorish American National, UCC 1-308, without recourse, all rights reserved. I stand by the Book of Ruth. By my, by my deceased organ harvested husband and myself, Jackson. Now they just sent us a video on Donald Trump.
Out and spoke out against political injustices against black people. This is very uncommon for most billionaires. The Trump brand was loved by all. However, his political ambitions for the United States presidency made him a target for the elite, particularly because he resisted the growing trends of globalism and the New World Order. Often those who were targeted by the New World Order went to Trump for protection and support. Immediately following his announcement that he will be running for the presidency, the elite and the media establishment unleashed a vicious attack against Trump in an attempt to program the public that he was a racist, because the black vote is a major factor in presidential politics. The purpose of this video is to expose the truth and to provide for all Americans 100% proof that Donald Trump is not a racist. If after watching this video you still believe that Donald Trump is a racist, I will be praying for your mental health.
I want to bring forth a friend.
All right, you guys, remember to like, share, subscribe. Go to the original OG. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this one up. Probably on the Noble L II channel. Remember to support us here, you guys. Support us here. Go to PayPal at themullings@gmail.com. Continue to pray for all that is good globally. Donald Trump, the Army, the Navy, the military, the Marines, that we get through this right at this time. You guys have yourselves a great day.